Okay, hello, welcome to the Train Buddy Shop today. I got a mess here, but I'm going to try to show you, it's all come apart now. I'm going to try to show you what's going on with this. This is a Marx engine, and I don't know if you can see down in there the barrel, what would be called the barrel, right, is kind of gollywampus in there. It's attached on both sides. So let me kind of pull this out so you can see what's going on here. I'll try. It's attached on both sides with like little circles. You see the brass there, right there. I'm pointing with my thumb. And on the other side, again, the same kind of deal. It's I've got some stills that either I'm going to do before or after this, but reaching down inside of there and trying to. Not looking in the camera now, but so I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to reach down inside there and try to pick it up. The issue, it's all falling apart. The issue that we have is that this contact right here is not long enough. Now, how is it not long enough now and it was when it was manufactured? I don't know, other than maybe somebody put a different barrel. It's not called a barrel in this, but in Lionel parlance, it's a barrel. And this is also loosey-goosey here. I soldered this, but evidently the solder joint didn't stay. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to lengthen this, and I can lengthen it with another piece of spring brass. I'm going to try to solder it on the end. I don't know if that's going to stay or not, but I'm going to attempt to do that, and then make this engine run, because it has not been making good contact on that one side. So just to let you know, I was going to try to do it back and forth so you could see that, but too many pieces. Okay, so I've tried to zoom in here, and I can see the picture is getting grainy here, so let me zoom out just a little bit. And again, I'm trying to lengthen this contact here, so you can see that I've got a piece of brass. It's a little bit thicker than that, but it won't hurt it at all, because you can see on the inside there, it'll be just fine. And I'm going to lengthen this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten out the other piece and add this into it just a little bit, so that it'll touch, because this one, for whatever reason, is too short. I'm not quite sure what's happening, whether the plastic has gotten shorter or the solder length didn't happen, but we're going to work on that. And I'll put it back together again and show it to you when I get it there. Okay, so if you can see what I've done here, I've soldered another piece to this, right? So I flattened out the one that was there and soldered another piece on there so that it's longer, right? And if it's too long, I can cut it back. But based upon what I did before, what I was looking at before, this is probably the right size. I'm going to put it back together again. Okay, so here's a little tip about again, things that I do that sometimes I don't think about recording until later, but in this particular case, what we're going to do, I need to get some more light over here. What we're going to do is, I've got this engine I've been working on, and this little device. The pin has fractured or broken, so I don't know if you can see that or not. And this has got to be stable. I mean, I've got to pin this all the way through. Well, I've already glued it a couple times, and the glue is not holding for whatever. So what I'm about to do, though, is I want to put a metal pin in there. I can't really put a metal pin all the way through and touch both ends, because then it would short this device. So it has to be, I have to leave plastic on the outside. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a smaller pin, if you can see that, through that hole right there, through a non-hole right there. And so I need to make a hole, and it needs to fit this pin, right? So the first thing we're going to do is measure the size of that pin. So we're going to use our micrometer. It's flashing because it needs a new battery. We'll worry about that later. It'll give us a measurement. And we're going to put that on there like this, and we're going to see that it's 19 thousandths, right? So if I twist it, right, 19 thousandths. Now this is kind of a, well, it's square because it came off an LED. So the corner to corner is like 25 thousandths. So I'm going to pick edge to edge 17 or 19 thousandths, and corner to corner like 25 thousandths. So I'm going to pick a drill out of my stand here that's going to be greater than 20 thousandths, right? So as we look through here, we can see the numbers, and oh look, there is a 20 thousandths, right? But I want it to be a little bit better than that. I'm going to pick, that one's missing. What happened? I probably broke it, but it doesn't matter. I'll just pick the next higher up. Now, you don't have to get real picky with this, but it would help if you get close, right? Because we don't want it to be too wobbly in there either. So I'm going to use this drill now, and I'm going to drill through from one side to the other. Then I'm going to put this pin in through there just to solidify that. And I'll probably glue it after I get it in. I'll use super glue, and super glue then will wick into the hole and hold this together. So that's the lesson.